The Children's Miracle Network supports more than 50,000 kids here in East Texas, offering essential equipment, programs, and services. And every year, a miracle child is selected to share their story to inspire us all. KLTV7's April Peardon introduces us tonight to the 2026 Miracle Child who wants to be a YouTube star.
10-year-old Lily Halifax from Tyler.
She's energetic, outgoing, creative.
Has the dream of creating her own YouTube channel one day.
It's going to be called Lily's World.
A platform for her to encourage other children who might be going through something similar, like her.
I want to teach kids that it's okay to be brave.
Lily was born with Gold syndrome, an extremely rare genetic condition that primarily affects the skin, eyes, and extremities. It affects fewer than 300 people worldwide, but she wasn't diagnosed until she was 8 years old.
Before that, we were just being treated for symptoms she had.
That didn't stop Lily from continuing to be a ray of sunshine everywhere she went.
Lily just shines. She's precious, and she's overcome a lot of difficulties.
When it came time for Children's Miracle Network to choose its 2026 Miracle Child, Lily was on their radar.
Lily was brought to our attention by some of her nurses who had got to know her a little bit deeper level.
Every year, the child chosen serves as an ambassador, sharing their story to show how fundraising supports life-saving care. Little did Lily know she'd be chosen.
It's very surprising, but it's going to be fun. Having everyone here and knowing that they all love me is the best thing ever.
Through her supporters' eyes, she's already a miracle. April Peardon, KLTV 7 News.
A little girl making a big impact. Lily will help light up the Christus Mother Francis Christmas tree tomorrow at the hospital before lighting the Tyler City Christmas tree on Thursday.